So, in the wake of the White House Correspondents Dinner attempted shooting, Donald Trump sat down with 60 Minutes and proceeded to self-own in the most egregious way. Check it out.
He writes this, quote, "Administration officials, they are targets." And he also wrote this, "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he
pedophile.
was referring to you?
Excuse me.
So, I mean, just complete. It's not a Freudian slip, but it is very much so like a.
Like what I say if I'm a pedophile.
Yeah.
Me when I'm totally not a pedophile. Me when I'm totally not. Shout out to Nora O'Donnell for that follow-up, man. Like, oh, you thought he was talking about you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's perfect.
It's perfect, man. And let me just say, when you are not involved in certain stuff, you don't even have to react that way. Yeah. I don't think I've ever said the words like, "I'm not a R word."
Right.
Yeah. Like,
right.
I don't think I've ever.
You don't feel the need to say it.
Yeah, I've never had to say it because I've just never done it. It's crazy.
The easy way to get out of that one is just to say, hey, you shouldn't be reading a manifesto like this on air. Boom. Yeah. Question's done. You get out of that easy peasy.
You get out of that super easy. But, that is from an excerpt from the manifesto of the gentleman, I don't want to say gentleman, the guy who attempted to shoot up the White House Correspondents Dinner. He was eventually apprehended in the hotel lobby. And obviously, we're happy no one got hurt, and we condemn political violence in all its forms. But we have to talk about the fact that everybody just decided this is a great time for us to build a ballroom.
Yep. Right, because it actually doesn't call for any common sense gun violence legislation. It actually is a great excuse to build a big ballroom, big, beautiful ballroom.
It's so awesome that he keeps saying, like, yeah, the military's been asking for this for 100 years. Like, dog, shut the fuck up.
Bro, the voices,
not real.
The voices in his head are telling him that the military has been telling him this.
My imaginary friend's been demanding a ballroom.
Yeah. I just can't imagine, like, David Petraeus back in the day just walking up to George Bush and being like, "Hey, bro, do you know what we really need? A ballroom at the White House." Like, no, that's not a real thing. It's never happened. And it was very clear that the White House communications team, it felt like they sent out
they all got the memo.
A quick email saying like, "Hey guys, talk about the ballroom."
And like, I don't think that it was a false flag attack. Like, obviously, an American getting a gun then trying to do violence, that's the most like American thing ever, right? Yeah. This isn't new. This has happened plenty of times before. But I do think it sort of poured oil on the fire when they instantly, every single conservative orbiter started talking about the ballroom as soon as this guy got caught. Like, that does immediately make it look fake. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and not just the online community. You had legislators who were talking about it. You had media personalities who were talking about it. So this went well beyond just the Twitter sphere, so to speak. Yeah. And it was quite concerning, but listen, we're happy nobody got hurt.
True.
The end of this story this show could have been very different had things gone differently over the weekend, but he was subdued, and Welcome, everyone, to Point of Disorder. I am your host, Norris Howard, for today, and I'm joined once again. Listen, you guys responded well to the last episode, so we said it's time for part 2. Stella, welcome back.
Hey, what's up? Shout out to the people that were flaming me in the comments for telling me Democrats don't have opinions.
Comes with the territory, man.
Hey, you know what? All engagement is good engagement. Jeremy, what's
I'm
up?
back. Thank you for having me back. I'm always glad to be here. You are not allowed to criticize the Democratic Party in this country. Otherwise, you want Republicans to win, apparently.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing. Anyway, you can follow us on all of our social medias if you think that you want to share your thoughts like you did over the past week, where you can follow us at Point of Disorder or at Distill Social. And for Jeremy's show, at Head in the Office.
Head in the Office, all platforms, baby.
Yes. But I want to kind of have a broader conversation today about what I like to call the state of the surveillance state. Because if you are unfamiliar, before the Trump administration, this is during the Biden administration, there was a thing put in place called the HALT Act. Now, this was built to try to stop people from driving drunk. Long story short, everybody, starting in 2027, there's going to be AI in your car that's going to monitor if you are drunk or not.
Cool.
And listen, this had bipartisan support.
Yeah.
This is a thing that not a lot of people made a lot of fuss about. But I want to use this as a jumping off point because we all know that Palantir and Google and so many other companies are now being used to monitor American citizens. And how does this make us feel?
Like fucking
Bad.
shit.
It's not good, man. It's not good. As Bo Burnham said, they're coming for every second of your life. That is what they're trying to do. And I think everybody's been disturbed to watch this just massive explosion in surveillance technology, especially after, I don't know if you guys saw Palantir, like the company's Twitter page, they dropped this like 20-point manifesto. And it was all essentially about like, hey, we're going to spy on you and you're going to like it. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you should give us all the power we need.
And on top of that, it was like a fascist manifesto.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just like mandatory military service. For all men,
Cultural homogeneity.
Yeah, cultural hegemony, like the West shall rise again type stuff.
That's
gross.
So scary. I think like when it comes down to that kind of surveillance, we also have been seeing that. I know we're going to mention Oakland County in a second, but we've been also seeing that on our college campuses where the regents at the University of Michigan, they essentially created this, or they're working with some sort of company to create AI software to use facial recognition like on campus. They also have like cameras pointing inside buildings, which is a total violation of privacy. We see that MSU after the school shooting that happened in 2022.
Yeah, I think
2022
so.
or 2023. They've been doing that. Like, I understand their notion of safety, but like, come on, dude.
It's been a trend since 9/11, at least.
Yes.
Since 9/11.
I
just
mean,
the encroaching of the surveillance state.
At the University of Michigan, it's only really happened after the encampment.
Yeah.
And so a big reason that they did it was to like crack down on those protesters and like use facial recognition software. But like,
insane,
dude, every time I walk around campus, I'm like, who the fuck is looking at me right now?
Yeah.
Like, it's actually insane. And now it's going to be in our own cars. Every single person.
And once again, I'm left asking, like, what is the use for artificial intelligence at this point in time?
Yeah.
You've got mass surveillance, you've got surveillance pricing, dynamic pricing in the form of like Instacart and stuff like that. The mass displacement of workers, stealing from artists. And on top of that, the data centers drive up utility costs and poison the environment. What is the point of these things?
Literally
It is
nothing.
it's not just useless at this point, it's actively harmful.
It is very harmful.
It's beyond actively harmful. It is a complete violation of our constitutional rights, in my opinion, right? And I know that, listen, we all want to stop drunk drivers. I'm going to just put that out there, right? We all want to stop drunk driving. Drunk driving kills way too many people in America, right? However, I will say this.
Build public transit, dog.
Build public transit.
Like, do anything other than this.
Like, okay, so you're telling me, right? Because then what's the limit, right? That's always the question. And sure, I don't want to make myself sound like a conservative, but this is why the marketplace of ideas is important, because everything is not black and white. At some point, somebody has to say, where's the limit? Because if I get in the car, right, and let's say I had a beer, all right, the thing recognizes that I had a beer. It does the scent recognition.
Wait, it has scent recognition
no,
too?
No, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh. I was like, yo, that's a little far-fetched.
Technically what it does is it recognizes how you are driving.
Oh.
And if you're swerving and changing lanes and all that, then varying levels of surveillance can kick in. It can either limit the speed limit of the vehicle so you don't drive too fast.
Jesus Christ,
Whoa,
man.
that's so scary.
It can, I believe there is provisions to where it won't start the vehicle, which I think is also kind of dangerous because what if you're in danger?
Yeah, what if like false positives?
Yeah,
like how do they know?
False positives, so on and so forth. So this is a weird thing.
Yeah.
And I get it. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, but I can't see people being very happy about this.
There's so many better ways to accomplish the same thing, right? Like if people are genuinely worried about drunk driving, the solution to that problem is not worth sacrificing all of our privacy.
Yeah, and I think it also goes to show just the grasp that big tech has on our elected officials. And that's a whole conversation in and of itself. But like, do you really think this would have been passed without like AI companies having a chokehold on these members of Congress?
And I'm gonna say this. I was gonna put this in a post on social media, but I'm gonna say it here, is that I am starting to feel slightly empathetic towards MAGA on something. And it sounds weird, but in the same way that they have buyer's remorse over Trump, that's how I feel as a millennial about big tech. Like,
I'm Gen Z.
We were as a millennial, we were very big on like early adopters. We taught ourselves like HTML so we could make our MySpace pages look pretty. Like everybody was a technologist to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Like Google was you wanted to work at Google. Like that was your jam. So everybody loved it. Apple, we sat back, watched the Steve Jobs fucking press conferences with bated breath to see what type of $400 bullshit he was getting ready to sell us. And we were
back
all
when
in.
it was $400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were all in and we all supported it and we all loved it and we were tech. Everybody wanted to go to Silicon Valley.
I think what makes us different, you as a millennial and me as a Gen Z, is that I've been given a phone since like birth or an iPad. Like we see the emergence of these iPad babies that are like, wah, give me an iPad, give me an iPad. And it's just kind of scary, that reliance that like our generation has grown up on, especially because it's caused like so many mental health issues and so many just like AI's making our kids really fucking stupid because they're relying on AI to write papers and do their math quizzes and all of these things. And it's just like, we're seeing that in our education system. And now the fact that it's being embedded into every single corner of our life, and Democrats don't have opinions on data centers at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, really scary.
No, I dig it. And I bring it up to say I take responsibility for that as a millennial. Because if we didn't make it cool, then parents wouldn't give their kids iPads for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, but like I can't really blame you because like it was exciting at that time, right?
Yeah.
Like tech was booming. There were so many different startups, so many different promises were being made.
Yeah.
Like obviously the market had believed that there was value
and
there.
the world
because
actually was getting better. It felt like it was getting better.
And there's a real opportunity for new technologies to genuinely revolutionize the way that we do things and change people's lives for the better. But the problem is that it's all collapsed into like ownership by 3 guys, and they all want to spy on you all the time and sell your data and make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're not interested in actually innovating, if they ever really were. But the market has so thoroughly been monopolized that like now they're just trying to get you for everything you can.
No, it's 7 dudes trying to like out-cuck each other and, you know, basically see how many people they can fire every quarter and automate those jobs. And nobody's saying like, hey man, can we use AI to like grow healthier food so now food costs nothing basically?
Or maybe we could move to like 32-hour work week or something like that, right? Like if AI is genuinely going to change things, which like shit, I don't know, then you would think that the benefits should be distributed fairly to society, but instead all those profits are going to flow up because there's no goddamn regulation.
But anyway, Stella, you brought up Oakland County.
I did bring up Oakland
because
County.
we want to make this very local. I know obviously we're talking about this is the Motor City where we're recording this show at. So get ready, 2027, all your cars gonna be spying on you. But
woohoo!
Awesome.
But I want to make this even more local because Oakland County just recently okayed a program where they're going to allow flock safety cameras and drones into the community. So scary. What they say is to only respond to emergencies.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I've
watched enough tech dystopia to know what's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this past 13/4, and the whole program is going to be free for 9 months. But if they continue with it, it's going to be costing about $2.5 million for taxpayers.
Bruh, I live in Oakland County.
To get surveilled.
Yeah.
And Oakland County, the citizens did not like this. I mean, they're not feeling it. As an Oakland County resident, how does this make you feel?
I mean, obviously it's very dystopian and a little bit disheartening to see that our communities are going to just be like taken over by cameras. I live in Oakland County, go to school in Washtenaw County. I go to campus. That's a surveillance state in and of itself. Then I get to go home to my wonderful Oakland County, and then I also get surveilled there. So I can't seem to catch a break anywhere. So I don't know.
Just kick it in Wayne
No
County,
matter what, you're on
Yeah,
camera.
kick it in the Luddite Wild West known as Detroit.
Yeah. But I think that this shouldn't have happened in the first place. I literally don't know why it's happening. I would love to like sit down and chat with my county commissioners and see what they think, because why the fuck would you do that?
I have it on background. I'm not going to name any names, but I have it on background that this was put forth by the sheriff's office,
Of course.
and the board of commissioners.
Everything
really,
evil always is.
Really loves
Yeah.
the sheriff's office. Like they're just big fans of the sheriff's office.
They act like there's this massive crime wave in Oakland
in
County.
Oakland County.
Well, what do you need this for?
Statistically, one of the safest places in all of America.
What are
Yeah.
we talking about,
You
dude?
can't even spit on the sidewalk in Oakland County and not have a sheriff up your ass. Like, listen, as a black man who grew up in Detroit, Oakland County was damn near Mordor.
Pish
Yeah.
Like,
posh.
you
Yeah.
could not be up there just willy nilly.
No, ever since Oakland County refused to do the like metro system, the Metro Detroit like metro system that they
Yeah.
wanted to do because they were basically racist.
Yeah.
I've just
What if somebody
I
rides
just-
the train from Detroit
yeah,
up
crazy.
into Troy?
crazy.
no.
Oh no! Fuck! What shall we do then?
They're
Yeah.
eating their dogs.
Exactly, yeah.
But so the residents of Oakland County went to this meeting and they really made their opinions heard. And now apparently, Dave Woodward, the Oakland County Commissioner Chairman, is facing a recall vote specifically over this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just a couple days ago,
Damn.
the recall language was approved by the Board of Commissioners, and so it is highly possible that in November he will be facing a recall vote over this. But it just shows the disconnect right now between elected officials, normal people, and big tech.
Yeah.
Big tech and elected officials are like, hell yeah, let's get all the money and let's spy on all the people so we can make even more money. And the voters seem to be like, hey,
Yeah.
please stop.
Pump the brakes. Please pump the brakes.
Please pump the brakes on this. And it continues to be very concerning. I mean, Flock is talking about putting drones around school grounds, I believe in Waterford.
Oh my gosh, that's my hometown. I was raised there.
Oh, God. Well,
Dang it.
get ready
my
because they're about to
life.
be spying on the babies.
Oh, damn.
So there's that too. But this is a big deal, yo.
It is a big deal.
Yeah, they're gonna put them around school grounds, and not a single school shooting will be stopped with this technology.
Not at
I can
all.
guarantee you, man. It is just gonna be used to like report on protesters or like go after people of color somehow. Like it's ridiculous.
Now, Flock actually has been used to spy on protesters.
Of course it has.
There's-
I think Flock, ICE and Flock used to be like hand in hand, and I think they pretend that there's some separation now. But like the government can get whatever records they want, and I don't think that Flock's gonna like stand on principle and not hand over all the records of like immigrants living in the county or something.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think the most disturbing thing I read about Flock was that in Texas, there was a woman who was seeking an abortion, and they used the nationwide network of like 30,000 cameras to search for women seeking abortions.
insane.
And so, like, literally, there is a query, and they put in the query like search for woman seeking abortion, and all the stuff just goes,
Yeah.
and it pulls up all the potential women
So,
who are driving and
What I'm
seeking
hearing is we've been living
abortions.
in Black Mirror this entire time.
Yeah, Black Mirror is a documentary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The dystopias you read about, they are here.
Yeah,
they are here.
It's cyberpunk,
Yeah.
Black Mirror,
This just is Watch Dogs.
Technomancer.
I know you know what I'm talking
Watch
about.
Dogs,
This is just Watch
all
Dogs,
of it.
dude.
All of it. All of it is 1,000% true. Get ready. Because Big Brother is watching and always has been.
Yeah.
But I have a very different question to ask everybody. And this is going to be a dumb question.
Yes, I'm listening.
Should we believe Tucker Carlson? And what I mean by that is currently he seems to be very sad and remorseful that he supported Donald Trump. And on his podcast, he's been very vocal about supporting such chaos. Thoughts?
No, I think it's bullshit. Like, I think he's recalculating for the future. I think Tucker is smarter than most of the other like MAGA content creators, you know, those in the conservative orbit. And I think he can sense that this whole Trump project, the MAGA project, is sort of falling off the rails, and he's calculating for the future because he wants to be relevant or maybe run for president himself. I mean, this is still the same guy who did white replacement theory when he worked for Fox News, who pushed all the like the trans groomer narratives and critical race theory and all this stuff. Like, he's the same guy. And his critique of Trump is just like, he got us into a war that I don't want. And he's like bungled the Epstein files release and seems to be implicated.
So basically every like talking point ever.
but it's like the left was saying those two things explicitly would happen.
Yes.
Like, this isn't a secret.
Yes.
People were telling you before Trump got elected, and he's still been on the Trump project the entire time. So no, it's bullshit.
Okay. I mean, I think that like we're seeing a weird disconnect between like the MAGA movement and these like influencers, like what's her name? Candace Owens. Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, all these people, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I guess is an influencer in and of herself.
Nick Fuentes said he's going to vote Democrat in 2026.
No, he's not.
That's what he
said.
said.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he's like so upset with Trump. He's like, Democrats need to win.
I'm actually saying I don't want him to vote. I actually don't want him to vote.
He's a contrarian. He's just a contrarian.
I just want him to stay at home. Don't vote.
Yeah.
He's the one person in America. I'm like, don't vote.
But I do wonder like what all of these like influencers are going to do come the next presidential election. Like, are they going to advocate for the Republican nominee? Are they going to advocate for the Democrat? Or what are they going to do?
I think they'll shamelessly.
Is it going to be like the thing that we saw in 2024 where all these people were like, don't vote for Kamala Harris, and then we saw Donald Trump, like people are going to be like, don't vote for the Trump endorsed pick or Donald Trump himself, and then Democrats win it. I don't know.
I disagree. I think the grift is over.
Oh, really?
I think for many, obviously there are some people who, like Tucker Carlson, I think he has his principles and he is a conservative, so he will support the conservative if he is not running
if it's
himself.
not him,
right? But I think for most of these other people, they're not gonna. Once they see that the gravy train has slowed down, they're done, man.
Yeah.
Because we gotta think. Let's go back. You know, maybe 15 years ago, and I know y'all were probably in grade school still.
I was 5.
But yeah, exactly.
I was 10,
yeah. But if we go back 15 years ago, the whole thing was about being as progressive as humanly possible. That was the grift, right? The grift was rainbow flags. The grift was BLM. The grift was, be as inclusive as humanly possible. And then the moment you were like, hey, man, women shouldn't have rights, a whole league of dudes was like, hell yeah, that's our jam.
Oh.
And, then the grift began. And so I think for a lot of these people, and especially once the cult of personality of Trump is no longer a part of the equation, no one else got juice like how he got juice.
Yeah.
No one.
I think it'll be very interesting to see like how the regular Trump voter sees all of these influencers that they probably watch on their television screens on whatever news channel they're watching. What their voting records are going to look like going into like these next few years, the midterms especially. I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out.
I think if Trump's presidency ends like a normal one, like he lives through all 4 years, and he does indeed step down, and somebody else runs, maybe JD Vance in his place or something like that. I think MAGA will probably be viewed the same as like Bush era neoconservatism. Everyone that is now in favor of Trump will be trying to convince you that they actually never supported it at any point, and they actually had a very nuanced view, but they should maintain their relevancy because, I don't know, they're still smart, or they still have some juice left in them, or something like that. I don't know what the guys like Benny Johnson and Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh, like, I don't know what they do after this,
right?
Because they're clearly just on like some kind of right-wing payroll to push out this propaganda.
Jubilee for the rest of their lives. They're going to sit in the middle, and it's going to be 20 liberals, and then they're just going to have these conversations for clicks and views and money. Like,
but they're definitely going to try to switch up to some degree. There might be some sort of like when Biden dropped out. There might be some that like try to hang on and argue that like, no, Trump was actually super great. But I think a ton of them will try to recalculate, and Tucker's just ahead of the curve, like Candace Owens.
Yeah, well, Candace Owens was kicked off the island a long time ago.
Yeah, well, she was critical of Israel, and then Ben Shapiro fired her.
She was kicked off the island like 2 years ago, bro. She has been persona non grata for a minute.
She pulls in views, man. Like,
does.
she's got
She
an
does.
enormous audience. If it's not bottom.
I disagree with her vehemently.
Of course.
Very much so.
But if I had the chance to sit down in this room or any room and just talk to Candace Owens for like a half hour,
Yeah.
I would absolutely take that opportunity.
And it's like nobody else is doing what she does. Nobody else is like derailing the whole Charlie Kirk, the left killed him narrative like she was, man. She completely ruined it for them.
It was actually quite masterful.
No, she saved us.
Yeah, it was actually quite masterful. And very briefly, I want to touch on this because it is important. James Comey is been taken, or there was a warrant put out. Did he get officially arrested? I'm not sure.
I think it was an indictment.
Yeah, it was an indictment. I'm not sure if he's been officially arrested over his Seashell 8647 social media post.
More stupid bullshit,
No
dude.
fucking way, bro.
So speaking of the surveillance state, we now have a former government official who is now being federally prosecuted for an opinion on social media. So if we end up not having an episode for a few weeks, you know what happened to us.
Bye, everyone.
My favorite part of this was like Todd Blanche was like, yeah, we've been investigating Comey for 7 months over this one post. It took you 7 months to look into some fucking seashells?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? And it might, like, the picture I think was like AI or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
It's stupid, but I want to bring this home to say the disturbing thing I've also been seeing is that the Michigan Republicans have been tweeting and then adding Todd Blanche or adding FBI or at DOJ and saying, look, Gretchen Whitmer had an 8647 pin when she had a Zoom call 5 years ago.
Did she actually?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
You should investigate her as well. And y'all grow up.
Plenty of people did the same thing for Biden. Like, plenty of Republicans did the 8646 thing. Like, no, this is stupid bullshit nobody cares about.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean is that, like, for a group of people who continue to talk about, oh, the left, all they do is whine and cry and cheat. I see a lot of whining and crying and cheating on the other side, and I don't understand. Stand on your own too, man. This is just, y'all are crying about seashells and pins.
Yeah.
Bro, like 3 months ago, Trump was like, yeah, Alyssa Slotkin should be killed by the state. Because of that video she posted.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Be serious.
You know what I mean? Like, dude straight up said, let's wipe out a whole civilization, and yet we're going to get our panties in a bunch about seashells.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
Yeah. Classic right-wing shit.
We're not a serious country.
We are not a serious
not a
country.
serious country.
It's really scary to see.
But my final question for everybody that I want to say is this. Kid Rock spoke at the Pentagon.
Oh, so it was take your child to work day is what I'm hearing.
Something like that. If you had the chance to sit in a room and speak in front of the Joint Chiefs at the Pentagon, what would your message be? I want to start with Jeremy.
Oh, I don't fucking know. What did Kid Rock even say?
A bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
I do have the response though, because people were flaming him obviously on Twitter, and he responded to it. Can I read it out loud
course,
for you
of
guys?
course.
Okay, ready? Hold on. It's here somewhere. All right. Fake news. I was actually addressing them on the state of your mom and that she is still open for business. You're welcome. Kid Rock. By the way, he spelled "your" wrong. He used "y-o-u-r" instead of "y-o-u-r-e."
Of course.
Of course, casually.
Oh my God,
in classic
dude.
Kid Rock fashion.
Everything sucks so fucking bad, dude. It's all just
We are in the
abysmal
bad place.
nonsense.
We are in the bad place,
Like,
unfortunately.
who is this for? Like, what conservative is it? Like, obviously it's not for us, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're critical
Right.
of Trump. We don't fuck with him. But like, is there a conservative out there that looks at that and like, hell yeah, Kid Rock talking to DOD
Your
officials?
mom.
Who cares, man? Oh my God.
I think the thing that baffles me is that for myself and my more progressive friends, if they were just like, yeah, bro, like, I'm trying to think of a celebrity that people like. I don't know. Denzel Washington spoke to the Pentagon. People would be like, why?
Yeah, we had Meg Thee Stallion pull up and
Yeah,
talk
Meg Thee Stallion pulled up at the Pentagon. Why?
Who is this
I'm a
for?
watch, obviously, but why?
And also the picture just that I've been seeing of like all of these like military officers just sitting there straight faced as Kid Rock is up center stage like presenting to them is actually, it feels like a scene out of Family Guy. And I just can't process
Like,
the fact
at
that we're
what
living
point
in this
do
world.
they do a military coup? Like, at what point do they establish a military who
Right.
to run the country?
Right.
You know,
Because
democracy's done.
Because at some point you gotta, if I am a high ranking, like I'm the rear admiral of the U.S. Navy,
Yep.
and I am in that room sitting, and I am looking at Kid Rock try to teach me anything about the military, I cannot say in my mind that I wouldn't go, I'm gonna just have to take my boat somewhere else.
Right. I cannot imagine the conversations that they had with their family when they went home.
Yeah.
They were like at the dinner table
Hey,
and they're
sweetie,
like,
how was work? So let me tell you.
fucking Kid Rock presented
It's
to
like
me.
it's the least like this administration is just all bullshit. Like
How
it's so
drunk did
unserious.
him and Pete Hegseth get after that?
Oh,
I think they're permanently drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen Pete Hegseth act like a normal guy. He's
Yeah.
always like doing his slam poetry thing or slurring his words, or he's got like one sideburn that goes farther than the other. Like he's the stupidest guy ever, dude.
oh Lord.
And that belief was only reinforced by what he was doing at the correspondents dinner.
Yeah.
Like walking around grinding his jaw, like that guy was drunk.
No. The jaw is cocaine. That's
Okay,
that's
okay.
cocaine jaw. Listen,
Well,
all right,
I
I
mean,
come from the
fine.
80s. All right, like that is like I can't confirm this, but I'm just saying there are moments in time where I look at him, I look at Marco Rubio, I look at Kash Patel.
They're getting blitzed in the bathroom.
And
yeah.
I sat back and I'm just like, dude, no toilet seat is safe. like
Hide your
straight up.
credit cards.
Hide your credit cards, Brody, because it is about to be some snowfall. Anyway, that's going to be the episode for this week.
Cool.
Listen, if you guys enjoy the show, just follow us on all of our social media. That is at Distill Social or at Point of Disorder, where you can find all of our content, not just this podcast, but all the other fun stuff we share with everyone. Stella, what's up? What's going on in your world?
Okay. I can plug my personal.
You can plug anything.
Stella Camerlengo on Instagram. I don't have like any other social media platform. I don't fuck with Twitter. Sorry, I know you guys are into Twitter.
I'm not into it.
I'm not into it. It's a necessary evil.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
right. And it's still extremely entertaining.
Yeah.
I can imagine. But MI College Dems on every platform, including Twitter. We have a Twitter. MIcollegedems.org. You can donate. You can check us out. We don't like Jordan Acker.
That much seems to be very clear. And Jeremy, where can they find you?
Head in the office on all platforms, all your podcasting apps. We're on just about every platform I can think of, other than like, I don't know, Blue Sky, I guess. But that's how you know we're not going to try to do a shooting, because we're not on Blue Sky. That's where all the people
On
that need to
God,
be locked
on
up
job,
are
bro.
on. Yeah.
That's right. What's coming up for Head in the Office this week?
The episode that's dropping today, or I guess yesterday for people that are listening to this, is just all about the White House Correspondents Dinner, the conspiracy theories that come out of it, the random bullshit with like Kash Patel getting cheated on mid-shooting, all other kinds of stuff. We also talked about the whole Tucker Carlson apology stuff, but yeah, fun stuff going on in this country.
All right, everybody. I know it was a shorter episode, but somebody has to go to the dentist's office.
Veneers.
So true.
You're gonna see him with veneers next episode. Be ready.
Yeah. So see y'all later.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Point of Disorder. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who listened today. And if you like us, give us a like, a subscribe, or a review on any place you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Distill Social and at The Guerrilla Politic. This is the Point of Disorder podcast, signing off. Stay sharp, stay progressive, and above all, stay tuned.